As you may remember, both Lonzo's younger siblings, LaMelo, LiAngelo, pulled out of school earlier this fall. They have now signed pro contracts with a Lithuanian club. You can see part of the Big Baller brand tweet, quote, "It is not about the money for the Ball brothers," which makes sense because reportedly they won't get paid very much. I want to also throw in some advice from one of the NBA's most prominent Lithuanians, Jonas Valanciunas. Take a listen.
The sky is the limit, you know. They go out there, they show they can play. It's high-level basketball, so we'll see how they're going to do it. They give themselves to the great opportunity. Lithuania is a beautiful country. I hope they're going to like it.
Lithuania is a beautiful country. They have a rich basketball history,
Absolutely.
but it's not as if the highest levels of Lithuanian basketball is where these guys are headed. Can you tell us more about what the specifics are going to be?
Well, they're going to a town in a remote part of Lithuania, 10,000 citizens, a small gym, a team in financial straits, and a coach who does not speak English, has never liked having American players on his team. This is to sell tickets, to create interest. This is a financial decision on their part because they think that the Balls will maybe put some people in the stands. I talked to a player named Billy Barron. He's an American who's playing in Turkey now. He played for this coach 2 years ago in another team in Lithuania. And he said what the Ball brothers can expect is they will get cursed at in Russian and Lithuanian with a coach with a red face who, you know, as Billy Barron went through there, you know, did not like dealing with a point guard he couldn't communicate with, and physically they're going to get beat up. To put a 16-year-old over there,
I was going to say, these are kids.
Body is not developed. This is now they may be more athletic than some of the guys who are in that league, but the physicality that it's allowed, what is going to happen with them away from the ball, it is really hard for Americans at 22, 23, 24 who go over there to deal with it. To think about a high school junior and then a college freshman who hasn't played at a high level in college and is not a pro prospect. There's nobody who's familiar with both the Balls and the situation they're going to that thinks this is going to do anything but end quickly.
Yeah, so I've played overseas for 2 years. I was in Italy and China. My sister is currently in Russia. Shout out to you, Neka. She's balling over there. But when you go overseas, it does not matter who you are. It does not matter what brand you bring. When the ball is tossed up, no pun intended, you have to come and play. And you mentioned the goal is to be about putting, you know, butts in seats and try to sell tickets. Does that mean it's going to be good for their careers? No. So I think it's pretty much setting them up for failure, even though their stats may be inflated based on the league that they're playing in.
Yeah, there's nothing more important at 16 years old and at 19 years old than to be developed as a player, to have a career. And there's not going to be development going on there. I don't know whether personally or basketball-wise, it doesn't make any sense for anybody, but here we are.
I mean, there's been different projections for these two younger siblings about where they could be in basketball. I know the youngest one has a little bit projected brighter future, so his development and whether he misses that development might be more of a factor. Maybe in some cases they figure, hey, we are maxing out on whatever our basketball potential is. There was already people saying yesterday, oh, this is, you know, I'd pay for the reality show of that. I assume that is part of the point here is to, you know, they have a reality show on Facebook. Maybe it'll get marketed or distributed more widely, and that is part of the family idea that, hey, stick the Ball brothers in Lithuania.
Yeah, but eventually reality shows end and people are left with the lives and careers that they prepared themselves for. And that's, the interest in them will not go on forever.
Right. And it's interesting to me because a lot of their brands have been centered upon Los Angeles, and now you're splitting that up across the globe, and that's going to be hard to sustain.
Yeah, no, we'll certainly be watching that.